Hello everyone. This is Mikala. I think everyone knows me. But we really wanted to make this video after our wedding, but we got really busy in India, so we didn't have time to make it. But I want to introduce all of you to my husband, Allan. Most of my close friends and family have met him online or on phone calls, WhatsApp, those kind of things, but only a few of them have met him in person, but there are also many people that don't know him yet, and so I wanted you guys to meet him, and we just wanted to share a little bit about our story, how we met, and our marriage, how God told us to get married and everything like that, just so you know the details and can hear the testimony. So we're going to try to keep this short, but it's kind of a long story. So should I start or do you want to start?
You can start.
Okay, so we met in August of 2021, and I had come over to Uganda serving with Beyond Uganda, and my friend Abby Broyles, also from Kansas, she came as well. And so the first time I saw Allan, he was dancing. He was like choreographing a dance for their ministry team at the time, and he was wearing a blue shirt. I remember that. He doesn't have that shirt anymore. I don't know what happened to it. But I was pretty impressed with his dance moves. But he didn't really say anything. He greeted me. Then a few weeks after that, we choreographed a dance together because I grew up dancing, so I did a lot of ballet and contemporary, and they really wanted to learn contemporary styles. So Allan and another friend of ours, Marvin, and I created a dance together. And during that time, I really thought Allan didn't know how to speak English because he was so quiet. He could just smile. That's all he was doing, smile or sometimes laugh. But that's how we became friends. And after that, I learned that he does speak English, and we became just good friends. We talked a lot. He lived on the compound that I worked, so anytime I needed help with anything, he was the one that usually helped me and our friend Abby as well. Your turn.
That is when the first time I saw Mikala, I think they had come at the office, as she has told you, for work. Then it was morning time. She was going to teach girls. By that time, we were beyond Uganda. So after that, when I saw her, I saw someone who is loving, someone who is kind. So that's what I saw. By that time, I was like, she looks to be friendly. That's what came in my mind that time, that first day when I saw her.
So when did you start first liking me? When did the crush develop?
I think I started liking Mikala at the end of 2021.
It was like October.
Yeah, it's like October, because we used to spend time around each other, like helping her, because I used to take her. If it is to get food on the street, I used to take her to get food on the street. Like if she's going at the hospital or clinic, I'll be available, because by that time I was not working, so I was available. I used to help her in something, so that connection started growing, and I started getting a crush on her.
There was a time when I knew that he was liking me, and honestly I liked him too, but I couldn't admit that to myself or anyone else because I just felt like we were in really different times in our life, so I didn't want to say like that I liked him because I really thought that it would never work out, that we would never end up together. But anyway, there was a time that I felt that he really liked me, but he hadn't told me yet, and I'm kind of straightforward on those things when I was single, because I didn't want to mess around with dating. I knew that I wanted to marry the person God has for me, and I don't want to make any mistakes. And so there was a time where I had him call me. You called me, or I told you to call me?
Called you.
And he called me, and I asked him like, what's up? What are your intentions? And he was like, I like you. And what did I say?
No, I told you, I think, I love you.
In Uganda, they say...
In Uganda, we say, I love you.
They say it from the beginning.
Yeah,
it's different than the U.S.
I like you. Then I asked for your love to, you said, Mama Nyamo. It was some kind of a Uganda word. Then
it is like an expression of surprise.
Then I asked for the answer. I was like, and you? Then you're like, I'll give you my answer.
I was too scared to tell him. I didn't know what to tell him because I really liked him, but at that time I felt like this is not going to work out. So yeah, and then a few days later, right before I was going back to the U.S., we were there. We had like my friends had a going away party for me, so we rented like a really nice house. They rented a nice house, and so we had all of our friends around, and everyone had gone to sleep, and we stayed up sitting in the living room. Our friends were sleeping on the couch and the floor around us, but we stayed up talking, and that's when I broke his heart for the first time. I think I told you, I like you too. The feelings are there, but the time is not right, something like that. So I broke his heart. Then I went to sleep in a different room with Abby, my friend Abby, and he stayed up the whole night. And the next day he didn't talk to me. And that was the day I was leaving.
Yeah,
So
it was so sad. Like, I felt so sad, so I didn't really have even words to say or to speak. I was just thinking about what happened last night.
yeah. Then I went back to the U.S. and the Lord was really working on my heart during that time I was in the U.S. I was really coming to a new level of surrendering singleness and surrendering marriage, and I had been surrendered in that area, but it was like God was taking me a lot deeper, and that I wanted to be married. I longed for that companionship, but the Lord was showing me how even that desire for marriage